Maybe we should start off from the beginning. Go a little bit more in depth. Tell us a little bit about your background. Where did you start off? I'm assuming you didn't start off at Siemens.
I'm a trained lawyer.
Okay.
So don't run away.
Okay.
I studied law in Vienna and did a postgraduate in the UK in Exeter University. And I actually started my working career as an assistant at university.
Okay.
In criminal law.
Okay. So an assistant professor.
No, not professor, my friend. No, I was the last assistant from the left side. No.
Okay, a lector. Yeah.
Kind of, yes.
Yeah.
And I did that for about 4 years. And then after my studies abroad, I came back and I realized and decided I actually don't want to do classical legal work. So I applied for a traineeship at Siemens, among some other possibilities, and I got it.
Good.
So I started to work at Siemens as a commercial trainee.
Okay.
I think this is the beginning of an interesting development because with the legal basic knowledge that I had, I now had to learn something completely different, and I had to step into the world of commercial issues and so. And after
commercial legal issues or commercial financial issues?
Commercial financial issues, yes. And after a short while, I became assistant to the board, the CFO of Siemens, which was an actually great career boost also for about 2.5 years. And then I started my first post as head of a department of a daughter company of Siemens in the financial field. And from there, I just moved on. I've been at Siemens for 27 years now, and I've had about 7-8 different jobs. That's the great thing about our company. And when it became critical and interesting towards project management, that was about in 2001, 2002, where I took over a post that was called Contract and Risk Management.
Okay. Yeah, I remember you were kind of like, from what I remember, kind of like the head of risk for not only for Austria, but for CEE.
Yes. For quite a while. And the focus lay not only on what we call enterprise risk management, so the risk management and opportunity management of the whole company as such, but also in the operational risk management in our projects. Okay. So my main task was to support our people, our projects, our project managers to manage their risks properly, to see them in time and to mitigate them properly and so on and so forth. And that was actually where we were very much in contact with all sorts of business people, business heads and so. And that might have been the reason why one day my boss, a board member of Siemens, came to me and said, Wolfgang, we've got a question from headquarters. They roll out a new program, a new initiative, which is called PM at Siemens, Project Management at Siemens. Okay.
When was this?
That was in 2003.
2003, okay.
Wouldn't you like to be in charge of that for Austria and Central Eastern Europe?
So what was the concrete role that he was offering? So were you still in charge of risk, or did
I was still in charge of risk.
So you had risk on one side.
I had risk,
and you had kind of an integrative role in also overlooking the opportunities in projects, right?
Yes.
I think one should probably mention that what makes project management interesting at Siemens is that Siemens, like many companies, uses project management as its delivery modus to deliver products and service to the client, right?
Yes, almost completely. I would not say products in the mere sense of the word, but systems definitely. Yes.
So it's not like you can just package up your product or services and send it by mail, and then the customer installs it themselves.
It's usually a little bit more around that.
You have to. You actually project management is how you secure the actual product delivery with the client, which is important.
Definitely the product development. And then the delivery of solutions, because we are working very much in as I will tell you a bit later, in big projects, in big solutions, and in big developments and so. And that is, of course, done by means of project management. Okay.
So I distracted you. So you got this new job role.
I got this new job role, and to jump a little bit into the future then, that constantly increased this role. Yeah? So after a while, I got then the responsibility for quality management, for environmental health and safety, and we were then called business excellence.
Okay. Which, by the way, is a term that is making a big, strong comeback. I know a lot of companies that are using that term, business excellence. They use it for different things. Some people use the word business excellence to say we're a PMO, a project management office, and some use the term operational excellence. And they're actually talking about the change department or the lean or Kaizen department.
Yeah, I actually had both names.
Okay,
we
great. So they gave you the full BS
operational
bingo.
excellence.
Yes, okay,
yes,
very
yes.
good.
And afterwards it was the full blown excellence.
Yeah, so
to speak.
you were His Excellency.
I was my own excellency. Yes, king without kingdom.
Yeah.
And but coming back to this project management initiative at that time, program a little bit later, and now I would call it a full-blown global PMO organization. That was basically the heart of my work for approximately a decade, because I did that for Austria, Central Eastern Europe for 6 years, and then in 2010 I moved to Germany, to our headquarters, where there was the so-called core team of PM at Siemens, where I worked for 3.5 years. I loved it. I was the Minister of Exterior Affairs there, traveled around the world. And,
good. So you were kind of the evangelist, the ambassador for the subject.
Evangelist is
the
a good
evangelist,
word,
yes.
And when I came back to Austria, I then moved again to something completely different, and I started working in our legal department as part of the global legal department. In the beginning, I was responsible for organizing the whole legal department in Central Eastern Europe, which at that time comprised some 80 lawyers. And only about 3.5 years ago, I then moved actually back to what I'd studied.
You've come full circle.
I come full circle, yes. And I'm now heading our team that supports our operational business in legal matters. And I myself support business, and I'm working with them in the big projects.